PNN Season 9 Show Intro, Take 1.
What's up, Bulldogs? Welcome back to another episode of PNN.
We're so glad to be back, and as always, we have a stacked lineup of fun segments for you today, so let's breeze through our morning announcements.
The choir concert is next week on March 25th. Mark your calendars and come support our singers for an unforgettable Wednesday evening.
And for the moment we've all been waiting for, spring break is coming up from March 30th to April 3rd, so be sure to take some time to rest and enjoy with your family and friends.
Once we get back from break, course selection will take place from April 6th to 8th, so start thinking about what classes might fit your interests and passion.
A new school year also comes with new classes, new teachers, and of course, lots of questions.
Let's check out how two Portola teachers have already answered some questions for you.
My name is Miss Avery, and I teach English and ASB, and I coach water polo.
I'm Coach Smith. I teach American history, sociology, sports psychology. I'm assistant athletic director and head boys basketball coach. My second month as a teacher, I had a student who had Jolly Ranchers, and he actually choked on the Jolly Rancher in class, and I had to perform the Heimlich maneuver on him to save his life. So, fresh into being a teacher in the classroom, kid was choking, we were trying to get it out, could not get it out, and had to perform the Heimlich and saved his life. So that's kind of stuck with me ever since.
That's impressive.
Yeah, a little different. All right.
Early on at Portola, Coach Smith and I used to have classrooms that were across the way from each other. Okay, Coach Smith started it, but we would just pull little pranks on each other. And I innocently decided, hey, my class, we're gonna go check out the book. We're gonna walk through Coach Smith's classroom, but say absolutely not, don't look at him, just imagine it's a hallway facing forward, walk all the way through. So we did. We walked through, we went down the stairs to the Learning Commons. I can't remember if we came back or not. I don't think we did. I think we went back around and up the stairs into the classroom. And it was missing chairs. We didn't have chairs in the room anymore. It took us actually a while to find the chairs. I think they were just in the Commons.
Yeah, we hid them. They walked through my class and very quiet. As soon as they left, I went, okay, we're gonna go get her back. So we went and took all of her chairs and went and hid them throughout the Commons area. And then when they came back, they had no chairs. I went on teaching, and she comes running in my room. Do you know what happened to our chairs? I'm like, I'm trying to teach here. I don't know what you're talking about. Figure it out, whatever. And then come to find out, she did find out where they were. But we used to prank each other too.
Thank you, Miss Avery and Coach Smith, for answering all those questions and satisfying the curiosity of our students.
But learning isn't limited to the classroom. It can happen anywhere, even in the theater.
For our next segment, let's take a peek at how one Bulldog shines behind the curtains in our theater's black box.
The moment that I stepped into the black box, the energy, everything was so like magnetic, and I just felt safe and so happy. It was that moment that I was like, hey, I want to be here. I want to do this. Hi, I'm Leyli. I'm a sophomore, and I am the stage manager for Spongebob the musical. I spent 14 years of my life in Iran, and it's such a country of culture and art, and I think most of my art and, creative ideas, they all come from where I grew up. When I was a kid, it was my first time going to see a show. The energy was so good, and I just felt it was so right for me. But I never really thought of it as something that I would do. It was very difficult at first. I was lost, I was confused. But it's something that every immigrant goes through. You have to find yourself again, like a new identity, basically. A couple weeks after I moved in, my cousin was like, hey, you should go to rehearsals with me. I was pretty nervous. But then the moment that I stepped into the black box, the energy, everything was so magnetic, and I just felt safe and so happy. My freshman year, I spent a year just learning about tech theater, and you get to experience a little bit of each, element, and you get to find your passion in tech if you have one.
I took a bit of a gamble on Leyli and throwing her into the stage management position. And I think probably by the first week of rehearsals, I realized it was a good fit. I think her organization, her ability for direct communication, she stood out because, again, she has that innate desire to do really well. And so this year, being in a couple more supervising roles, it's really been fun to see her manage her peers. As a sophomore, bossing around seniors, bossing around staff members, it is, like I said, it's a lot of responsibility, but she's managed it with pride values at the core, making sure that respect is always there, making sure that she's getting feedback. Did I go too far? Was I clear enough? How could it be better for next time?
Stage management helped me build the confidence and leadership. It just made me realize that I am capable of leading people and helping them and supporting them. The beauty of tech theater is that even though you're not on stage, you still help build the story, and when everything is put together, you just feel so good, finding what you truly love and just having that goosebump moment when you'll see something, and having a passion is so important in life, because when you find something that you can do all day, that means that you found your goal or you found your dream, and it's just so important in life, I would say.
It's heartwarming to see how many people are involved in creating a memorable show, whether that's through organizing costumes or managing the stage.
Speaking of clothes, I think it's time to hit the runway.
Today we'll be breaking down my fit, my by-Win Selva jeans, and also my Zara graphic shirt, just to remind me about fast fashion and why people should not consume those goods. I got my Birkenstock Kyotos on. Fashion me in general is just to be wearing what you're most comfortable in.
A majority of my wardrobe is mainly from Korea, which I feel reflects how big of a role my culture plays into my identity and fashion preferences. My boots and my socks and my scarf, most of my outfit is from just random Korean web stores.
My pants, shirt, and hat are all thrifted. I like thrifting because it helps me find unique pieces and create my own style. My jewelry is chrome hearts and heart jewelry.
Wow, it's so exciting to see how this many styles and personalities are shining through.
Now let's take a moment to slow things down and enjoy some calmer vibes.
Let's check in with Coco to see how our Bulldogs are relaxing at Chords and Coffee.
What's up, Bulldogs, and welcome back to Life with Coco. This week, we're slowing things down and trading the usual upbeat rock music for something more mellow. Join me as we soak in the cafe vibes of Portola's Chords and Coffee event, where our pop music bands take the stage in a performance that truly lets them espresso themselves. So let's tune in and see what's brewing. Why did you choose to join studio music?
Because I like to play music.
Come on. And can you play that guitar?
I can play the guitar.
Prove it. Okay, I believe you. Now what songs are you playing today?
I'm playing Seasons by Wave to Earth, and that's it.
Why did you choose that song?
Because I really like it, and it's fun to play.
It seems a little different than the usual studio music setup. Why is Chords and Coffee different than other performances?
Chords and Coffee is
kind of an acoustic gig. It doesn't have like as much as like as many amplification like Battle of the Rock bands, and like it's more of a chill mood. So that's the difference.
Fun. So you don't have to be in a pop music class in order to do Chords and Coffee?
No, you don't have to be. And I think that's the great thing about Chords and Coffee. It's really unifying by unifying the students of different music classes.
Now we've seen a lot of performances today so far. What do you think your favorite performance has been?
Probably Seasons by Waves to Earth.
And are there any performances you're excited to see?
I don't have a particular one, but I'm really excited to see what everyone prepared since I know everyone worked so hard on what they're gonna sing tonight.
What's your favorite thing about Chords and Coffee?
I probably like that everyone worked so hard on what they're gonna sing, and I like how the community, everyone just knows each other so well, and it's just really nice to come and feel a sense of community.
What a memorable day. Sometimes all you need are some cozy vibes and good music to set the mood. Well, that's it for today, Bulldogs. Don't skip a beat, because I'll catch you on the next blend. This has been Life with Coco. Coco, signing off.
After chilling with some music and boba, it's time to kick things up a notch.
Let's head over to sports to hear the latest updates as our Bulldogs continue to ace the spring season. Give us the rundown, Belen.
I got royalty inside my DNA. I got royalty, inside my DNA. I got royalties, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I was born like this, it's more like this. Immaculate conception, not just feel like this, perform like this without you. When you weapon, I meditate that off your head. This that feeling against the bed. This that I got royalty inside my DNA.
What's up, Bulldogs? It's Belen back with PNN Sports. Our spring sports are in full action. The competition is heating up, and our Bulldogs are putting up some big wins on the board. Let's get right into the action. Batting off strong, Baseball had a great performance with a strong 9-1 win over Western Christian. The Bulldogs came out ready to play and set the tone early. Over on the course, Boys Golf defeated El Toro 178-244 and followed it up with another close win against Woodbridge, 185-195. On the field, boys lacrosse had an exciting couple of games. The Bulldogs pulled off a nail-biting 8-7 win over Liberty and then followed it up with a dominant 15-4 victory against El Madina. Huge performances from the team. On the court, boys tennis picked up 2 strong wins this week, defeating Beckman 12-8 and Tesoro 14-4. The Bulldogs are looking sharp early in the season. Inside the gym, boys volleyball got a big 2-0 win over Esperanza, continuing their strong start to spring season. Back onto the field, girls lacrosse had an incredible week, dominating Esperanza 16-2 and Tustin 11-2. Way to go, Bulldogs! Softball has been dominating as well with a 15-9 win over La Quinta and an impressive 20-11 victory against Oxford Academy. And shout out to Stunt, who picked up a big win against Chino Hills with a score of 26-4. Over on the track, a big shout out to Taylor Strickland for her outstanding performances at the Earl E Relays, where she placed first in both the triple and the long jump. Amazing work. That's all for this week's Sport Update. Keep showing up and supporting our teams, and we'll see you next time on PNN Sports.
It's always great to see our Bulldogs dominate on the field.
Well, that's all for today's episode. Enjoy your time off, and we'll see you after spring break.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll keep you updated every other Wednesday.
See you next time
on PNN!